To start out, I knew I wanted to paint each egg with a base color first, so I decided on the colors of the rainbow in pastel to make it more Eastery, and excluding indigo. Indigo is just too dark a color for a pastel rainbow. I got to work painting the base color on each egg, but there was one problem that I overlooked. I had just had my nails done yesterday, and I was mortified at the idea of ruining them. Instead of, buying gloves or an egg holder, I just went through the very careful process of painting around my fingernails. But then I had to deal with those little white spots, which was pretty complicated to paint when the rest of the egg was wet. I knew those cruddy markers would come in handy. After all the eggs had been coated in a fairly even, but not perfect, base color, it was time to move on to the brainstorming phase. I had no clue what I was going to paint on these eggs. I thought about traditional patterns, but I'm not a perfectionist, so I knew that wouldn't turn out that great. I also thought it might be cool to copycat famous pieces of art onto the eggs, but let's just face it, even if I was trying to copycat Picasso, it'd still probably look like a kindergartner did it. So I decided to go with an idea that fit me: animals. At first, I thought it would be cool to do baby chicks hatching out of the eggs, one for each color to match a certain emotion, like red to anger, blue to sadness, yellow to happiness, orange to... Okay, I had no clue what kind of emotion to give to orange. I also thought it would be kind of boring to just do a bunch of chickens, so I went with my next idea. I'm sketching out my designs in pencil first, and what I decided to do was to put an interesting animal that lays eggs on each egg. I hope that isn't too confusing. I didn't want to do just a bunch of birds, so I tried coming up with unique animals like a snake and a crocodile and a platypus. I also did a dragon. He's the only mythical beast. I just thought it would be fun to paint a dragon. Anyway, with the way that my camera was set up, it was hard to draw on the eggs and see what I was doing at the same time. It's also very different sketching on a three-dimensional object instead of paper. I think that's why some of the sketches I was really feeling bummed out about, but you'll see that as I get into painting that my confidence really grows after it goes through another downfall, because painting those tiny eggs was tough. And the pencil lead kept mixing in with the paint and making the colors look muddy. It took me a little while to find my painting style for this project. Basically, that style was make a mess and pray to God that it cleans up in the end. I honestly feel like that is always my mantra for painting. I wound up mostly painting over my sketches because I knew that I'd be adding in the details with a fine liner later. And that's when the characters really began to take shape in my head and I could see a finished product that I could be proud of. If you look at my dragon especially, I painted pretty much an entirely different sketch. I like the new version a lot better. He's a bit more sophisticated than the first design. The line design on his eggshell was also excruciatingly difficult. There was no way I was getting those lines perfect. Compared to that egg, the Easter Bunny egg that I made was almost too simple. I didn't even give that eggshell a design, but I actually liked the clean look of that egg so much that I decided to go back and paint over the ugly purple spots that I'd put all over the platypus's egg. As you can see, the designs are kind of consistent in the way that they're all animals cracking out of an eggshell. Some of the eggshells have little designs, and I also followed a pattern for the inside part of the egg that you can see through the crack. Basically what I did is I put the next color in the order of the rainbow. So red to orange, orange to yellow, yellow to green, green to blue, blue to purple, and purple back to red. Well, pink. And with the eggs painted, I was able to sigh with relief as the hardest part of this project was behind me. Now it was on to my favorite part. I grabbed all different colors of Sharpie fine liners to refine my designs and add in the needed details. It felt so good to clean up the mess that I'd created and make the characters on the eggs a bit more identifiable and cute. Here's just a little montage of me enjoying this process. While this project started out pretty rough with lots of doubts, I can now say I was able to complete this art challenge in a way that I feel proud about. The reveal. Here are the 6 rainbow Easter eggs that I painted, each one with a cute egg-laying creature on it, including the strangest one of them all, the Easter Bunny. I mean, does the Easter Bunny really lay the eggs, or does he just deliver them? I just don't want to know. Hold up, partner, because we're not finished just yet. What about those last 4 eggs? The challenge was to try and paint all of them, or at least that was my goal. Besides, I couldn't leave just 4 eggs untouched. I decided that I was done painting, but I enjoyed the control of the Sharpies, so I decided to go in with a thick Sharpie outline for my designs. As you can see, I'm sketching out a cartoon version of myself, my fiance Neil, my dogs, and my chickens. I'm then coloring them in with my Ohuhu alcohol markers, which turned out to smudge my face just a little bit, but that's okay. They aren't perfect, but they're cute, and it satisfies me that I at least decorated every egg in the carton. Let me know which egg designs are your favorite in the comments down below.